Thank you. I am getting over a terrible sinus infection, y'all. The season tried to get me. It tried to get me. So I am feeling really good. I got my tea. I don't know if y'all got y'all tea. Did y'all bring y'all tea? Because I brought my tea. Um, what am I drinking? This is traditional medicinals throat coat. If y'all don't have that in y'all's cabinet, you need to get it. You need to always have it. It is that girl. I'm gonna pull my chat up on my laptop so that I can join the chat. Yes. Oh my goodness. You just woke up. Thank you so much for joining me this beautiful Sunday morning, y'all. I'm so funny that I scheduled it and I was like, oh my God, is it Mother's Day? Hold on, wait. It's not Mother's Day. Lord. The tea, it's traditional medicinals throat coat. So it's like slippery elm. I think there are like some herbs in there like clove or cinnamon. There's got to be ginger in here, I think, as well. Happy Sunday. Oh my God. Happy to be here. You guys, it's been, when did I last go live? In March, I think. Yes, this brand is amazing. Honestly, they have like a value pack that comes with the throat. I want to say it's called it's like a Echinacea one. There's one with elderberry in there, but this one particularly is great, especially if you have sinus issues. I heavily like wooded kind of area with a lot of nature and a lot of like plants and stuff, and it is tearing me up. I'm trying, but it is very good to be here today, and I am just, I don't know, I feel very blessed and very abundant today, y'all. I hope you guys are feeling well. I am on the last day of my period. Where y'all at on y'all cycle, child? I've been ready for it to go. I'm glad that she has come and she's exiting. But feeling great, and I wanted to come in here to have a chat with y'all. You know how I do, but I want to update you all on some things. Oh, yo, you just finished? Oh, day 3 be rough. Mm-hmm. It's a few of y'all day 3. Day 3 is just like, girl, can you just hurry up and get out? Oh my God. And you know what I discovered? I'm so sidetracked, but you know, I be getting excited when I get on here. But I just discovered Rael brand disposable period underwear. Game changing, y'all. It's like the postpartum kind of diaper things, but they're nothing like that. They are literally a disposable like panty that you wear all day. And then when you're done with it, you just tear it on the sides and throw it away. Girl, what? And it holds everything. You ain't gonna be leaking. You're not gonna be messing. It is absolutely amazing. I gotta link them. I gotta find the link for them because I'm like, this is the best thing since sliced bread, honest to God. And they are Nick. So I'm obsessed right now. I have them in both sizes. I'm gonna link it for y'all. I know ain't nobody shopping at Target. I know, I know. So hold on. Because that link that came up. But I have both sizes. I have both. Oh, you have them? Yes. They're amazing for at night. Yes, even on heavy days, girl. Yes, all the things. I wear the small, medium, and the large, extra large. You may be able to get them in Canada, babe. Check iHerb. iHerb is that girl. For all my girls that are in Canada, if there's any supplement or any health type thing that you're looking for, please check iHerb because they do ship to you all. But I'm on their site right now because I'm going to drop it for you. Ooh, period. Here we go, right here. So they come in all these different sizes. Well, not all these different sizes, but two different sizes rather. And I have both. The small medium goes up to a size 14. And honestly, I think it's more like a size 12. They're super, super stretchy. The large, extra large, I don't know what those go up to, but they are very, very stretchy. And those are the ones that I wear for when I'm around the house, if I'm going to sleep or something like that. But the small extra, or the small rather, those I wear if I'm going to be going out. I'm going to tell y'all a secret. I went on a date with I went on a date the other night in my period panties, okay? And I did the small medium, okay? And I had on some cute jean shorts. And yes, period date. See, that's the magic of feeling amazing on your period. It's unmatched. Unmatched, y'all. So went on a date and I never felt more confident and more secure in my entire life. Not gonna lie. I'm dropping a link right now, babe. There we go. I think that one's to the small medium, but either way, you will be able to find the large, extra large. Yeah. But it was amazing. Like I didn't feel no, you know how you start getting insecure a little bit? I don't know, like you don't want to stand up. You don't want to walk in front of them, child. I didn't feel like that at all. At all. And they fit really well under clothes. That's why both sizes, because that large, extra large is not going. That's like sweats. I don't care where. But the small medium fits closer to the body, tighter to the body, no gaps, no, none of that, like a regular panty would. I feel like the large, extra large on me anyway is a little bit baggier. But either way, no leaks in either one of them. And they're very comfortable. Very comfortable, y'all. So like I said before I got sidetracked, I wanted to update y'all. I wanted to talk a little period talk, because where else can we talk about it? But I have some updates. Yes, definitely have some updates for you all. Oh my God, you're having a myomectomy next Wednesday? I'm gonna get sidetracked again. Yes, I will absolutely keep you in my prayers. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Just make sure that you're prepared for your recovery. And we could talk about that a little bit after updates if you have questions or anything like that. I would love to impart any type that I have as far as surgery goes, because I know y'all want to know about that. So save that. But yes, let's get into this real quick so we can get into things. I am launching a Substack, okay? And I did a poll to see what you guys thought about the Substack idea. A lot of y'all was not into it, okay? And honestly, I can understand why, because YouTube has that unique quality of being video based and you could just throw it on. And at this point, people are actually watching you like they're watching TV. So I really do understand. I'm reading your comments. Sorry. Child, it's a lot of surgery. I guess we're gonna have to get on that after I talk about this. Okay. So I'm going to do it anyway. I'm gonna launch that. It's going to be launching this week coming. I am going to announce that on YouTube, of course. I'm going to announce it on my Hot Girl Journey Instagram. And for anybody that is already subscribed to my newsletter, you are going to get a welcome email. Okay. You don't have to be a part of the Substack membership if you don't want to. I'm actually going to have a free level. Free level will allow you to see some articles and some information, but okay, yes, Substack is subscription based. And let me get into that real quick because a lot of people were like, nah, I don't know. I think I'm going to stick with YouTube. YouTube's free, blah, blah, blah. I understand the economy is a little rough right now, okay? But save your questions, babe. Save your questions. I'm going to do a Q&A because I will get sidetracked. If y'all know me well, you know I'm going to go on and on. So save your questions. I'll let you know when we're in Q&A. But I know the economy is a little rough right now. However, I need you guys to understand that what I'm trying to offer you is a little bit more comprehensive, a little bit solution based. Yes, Substack is somewhat of a writing platform, which means that there will be articles, mainly, it'll probably be 70% articles that I'm writing on the different topics. Okay. And I love this because I find that when I'm doing videos, there's certain information, there's so many nuances to YouTube, you guys. Like, first of all, we already know there's a lot of women's health information as far as videos go, and it's really hard to find information and videos on fibroids. Yes, they are there. There are a lot of them, but the algorithm doesn't like it. It just doesn't. It doesn't period talk. It doesn't like surgery talk. It doesn't like a lot of things. It favors other things. Like my science-based videos do very well. But so much more to this healing thing than just the science of things, which you know at this point. And you know that I got the information and I need to be able to tell you guys in a way that is not so censored. Guys to be able to dig into your journeys in a way that I feel that YouTube does not allow me to do naturally. And you know, I'm not one of those girls that's gonna conform. We're not doing it. We're gonna find a platform that is going to allow for the free flow and exchange of information. Okay. So, like I was saying, it is article based. Man, this is a good thing, in my opinion, because when you are subscribed, you just get an email from me with the article and the information. And just so that you are kind of privy to what type of information I'm going to be talking about. Finally, I'm going to be talking about recipes. Yeah, I have a 5-day meal plan, but a lot of the girls want more, and I want to give you more. So I'm going to be doing more recipes, remedies, more herbal talk, more talk about stress management and different spiritual things. I'm going to be talking more about topics that are a little bit more taboo on YouTube and that I feel like I can't really freely talk about, right? I'm going to be talking about more about my story, things that I know, things that I use. Exactly. Staying motivated. Meditations that I used. All types of things, everything. And I feel that this is going to allow me to do. I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm a writer. I have been writing stories. I've been writing articles. I've been writing research. Like in college, I was the research paper girl. 15, 20-page research article. I could do it like that. I'm a writer. I've been writing since I was a child. And that's in for me that I haven't been able to really express on this journey. And oh yeah, Dr. P did cut open a fibroid, and we're gonna talk about it. We could talk about that a little bit later. Exactly. I could do articles on the structure of fibroids. What are they made out of? Things of that nature. I know so much stuff that I can't possibly get out all on YouTube. Just I can't. And you deserve more. You deserve more. So not only that, the articles, it does support video. So I can do exclusive videos over there. And I'm really excited because it'll give me a chance to just jump on and talk about topics that are not going to get suppressed like on YouTube. So we can have some real conversations over there. I love that. Of that, I also will be able to have a chat function. You can DM me over there. You can, there will be a comment section underneath things and the videos. So we can always have that community banter underneath there, which I need because I love for you guys' input. Hey, Jana. I love for you guys' input. You know, half the stuff that I find out, different supplements and different things, is because we're collaborating here. And that's really important to me. You guys' voice is really important to this journey. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm gonna tell you one more again. Okay, I love y'all, and I think that there's no way that we can heal just based off of my own experiences and my own knowledge. Although, yeah, I do know a lot. So do y'all. You know what I mean? So I want to keep that community banter going, and that's something on Substack as well. Now, that all of those things will be included in the monthly membership. The free version just gives you access to some of the articles. The paid version will be $7.77. Are those angel numbers? Yes, they are. They absolutely are. I actually have a 7 on my necklace right now. It's one of my favorite numbers, one of my luckiest numbers. So it'll be $7. Okay. If that's something that you feel like you can do, join, because you will get a lot of information, a lot more out of that subscription than the free version. That subscription, the payment of that subscription is going to allow you to continue to bring you more and more information. It's going to help me to upgrade the types of things and the offerings that I'm giving you guys. Okay. So I'm really excited for this. It's been about time. Y'all, I've been on YouTube. That's monthly, babe. It's monthly. And it does give you an option to pay a yearly price or something like that, but it's $7. I've looked around and a lot of the girls are charging. Okay. I'm not trying to hit y'all over the head. Already having fibroids is expensive. Okay. I know this. The least amount that you can have on Substack is $5. So I feel like $7.77 is like a sweet spot for me being able to make some money to put into what I am offering. You know, I'm doing this full time. And so it's very important that I start to evaluate and value what I'm putting on here, because I've been on YouTube for 2.5 years for free. Okay. So there's no way for me to offer you the level of offerings that you deserve for free. I just can't do it. Now, another thing that yes. Hey girl, hey, my happy flow family. I love it. Hey Tina. So yes, absolutely, I have to charge something at this point. And it's a hell of a lot of work, y'all. Like, I live on my laptop. And that's something that, first of all, is completely different than my lifestyle. It's very different for me. And I'm willing to do whatever I need to do. But I just need y'all to know that I put in a lot of work behind the scenes just so that I can bring y'all this information. Okay. So don't get it twisted. We out here working. Something else that I want to mention about the Substack subscription levels, I will have, or Substack has this level called a founding member. And a founding member is like day ones, people who really believe in this, people who really believe in me, people who have the extra dollars to put towards this. Now, what that is going to allow you is private guidance sessions because y'all been running down again for these one-on-ones. And I wanted to open them back up on my other platform, but I was like, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just build that into the community that I'm building on Substack? So that level will offer you the ability to have those guidance sessions. Yes, finally. So that will be included in that price, a yearly, like it's an annual cost. Please stay tuned because I'm going to be uploading like an infographic on my community posts on YouTube and on Instagram to tell you guys what to expect as far as pricing goes. I'm finalizing a lot of things because I want to make sure that it's fair and it's reasonable. None of it's going to be like super expensive. Yeah, the founding members annual subscription will be around, I want to say it's like 145 or something like that for a year, and it will allow you those guidance sessions. Okay, so that's something that I really wanted to make sure. And I know that it's been really important for some of you to talk to me one-on-one, and I love them. When I did those one-on-ones, y'all, OMG, it was such an amazing experience. We had so many breakthroughs and such an amazing experience to be able to talk one-on-one. It was very helpful for the women who attended, and I followed up with them. I'm still following up with them, or most of them. And I think that that's an important offering. I think that I just want to make that clear, kind of what my goals are as far as where I'm going with this. Okay. So no, I'm not going to get rid of YouTube, but I have to kind of ride this wave of YouTube algorithm and the politics of YouTube. And women's health, it is such a politicized, and it's so irritating because if they can't make money off of it, it's kind of like they want it to be on hush hush. And we deserve to have the information free flowing. And so unfortunately, we do have to find spaces that will foster this type of information and allow us to do what we need to do, child. Okay. So there's that. What else do I want to say about Substack? It is, I said this already, that it's mostly article based and that you will basically be getting emails with the videos and or the articles, certain things that I do every month as far as recipes that I'm making. Like I have a juice that I shared with you guys on one of my videos. I'm calling it Better Than Ibuprofen Anti-Inflammatory Juice. Okay. That has been life-changing for me. So recipes like that, I want to put on there. I want to make sure that all of the things that I'm doing, especially things that you can do at home, are accessible for you all, not just supplements. Okay. Of course, supplements are part of this, but I want to make sure that you guys have access to things that you can always have access to, per se. So, what else is really important for you all to know about Substack? I'm launching it this coming week. Okay. I really wanted to launch it tomorrow. So it'll be either tomorrow or like Wednesday, sometime like that. I just want to make sure that I perfect it and get it going so that when you guys subscribe, you have some really amazing information on there. Another thing that I'm going to be putting on my Substack articles and videos is more about my story. Like I tell my story in videos, but then if you don't go back and watch those videos, then you really don't know what I've been through. So, a lot of you all only know partial of my story, and I find it to be very redundant and repetitive if I have to keep saying it every single video. So I want to make sure to put on there more about my story, where I come from, what my history looks like with this fibroid journey, and what I've been through, because a lot of it I haven't talked about on YouTube, and there have been some really super sensitive things that I hadn't felt the most comfortable speaking about on YouTube, because although this my family right here, I love y'all, it's the general public and everybody can see it. Everybody's on there, you know what I mean? And I'm not ashamed by any means, you know me, all things, but I'm not ashamed, but I just feel kind of restricted in that way. So I feel like on my Substack, it's more of a closed platform, and it mitigates a lot of that weirdo activity. You know what I'm talking about. So that's that. The membership is going to be $7.77 a month, and it's going to be launching this week. So I'm really excited about that. And let's quickly transition, because I could go on and on, about that. Let's talk some fibroids. Let's talk about some womb wellness. I see y'all got a whole conversation going on in here, and I love this. I love this for y'all, because community, you know what I mean? I love it. I'm seeing some support. I'm seeing some stories. Okay. Do you guys have any particular topic that you want to touch on? Because I know that I have some things that I want to say as far as fibroids go. Yeah, I do have to protect my peace. Working on the internet is working on the internet for a very spiritual type person is really weird. No, girl, you are not alone. You are absolutely not alone. No, that is the whole reason why I've created this community. Listen to this stat. 70% of us will have fibroids by age 50. Alone, you are not. Fortunate as that is, you are absolutely not alone. So I just wanted to bring us together on here, because it's really important for us to know that we have a lot of sisters out there that are experiencing this. Oh, absolutely. And here's the thing, another reason why I wanted to create this Substack, because I feel like we're missing a lot of community when it comes to womb wellness. Okay, if we're speaking historically, women have come together on this topic. They've had these communities and never had to really do things alone. Even things like birthing, or having your first period was sacred, celebrated within these circles. And we don't have that anymore. It's so weird, So we need to have a place where we can feel safe and we can express and share our stories and our experiences without judgment, okay? And be able to collaborate and talk about the things that have helped us. Okay. That is essential to healing. And I say this all the time, that I believe that when one of us tells our story, we heal the next. So, I mean, all of us coming together in a space with intention, speaking our story and sharing the things that have helped uplift us and heal ourselves. You know what I mean? If ain't nobody doing it, want to do it, okay? All right, we gonna do it. Hey, ooh, girl, ooh, endo is a whole nother topic. Endometriosis, y'all. I don't have it, but I've known personally many women that have, and it is very, just like fibroids. I think it deserves so much more research, and more research is being done on endo right now. And facts, real facts are you would pay $15 to $30 a month, period. Okay, I'm not gonna charge y'all that much, but I love that. Thank you so much. And you got to understand, I'm an entrepreneur, babe. I'm a businesswoman. And I'm saying that to say that you're not just paying for me to come and talk. You know, I'm gonna put the value behind what you're paying for. You know what I mean? I would never just be like, oh, let me just throw up this, I'm gonna throw up a few articles and keep it moving. Oh no, sweetheart, you're gonna get your money's worth. You are going to get your money's worth and more, okay? Yeah, community is yeah, you got to charge your worth. At some point, like I said, I've been on here for free, and I'm always going to do that work because it's important to do. I think that this information should be accessible to any person, but to a degree, how quality do you want me to offer for free? You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Like, we gotta something, because the way business runs is you have to be able to reinvest. You have to be able to pay for the things. There are certain things that I pay for monthly. God, you guys, I have so many subscriptions and things that I have to use to optimize this YouTube platform. This is not free. It's costing me money to even be on here for you. You know what I mean? So yes, it's very, very important to start to charge at some point. Okay. We're talking about endometriosis in here. We got lots of conversations going on at once. Yes. I'm so glad that I have y'all support. I didn't think by any means that I was gonna have all 38,000 of you on board. 38,000. I knew I wasn't gonna have 38,000 people on board. Okay. I just know that. But for the ladies that are ready to like really like zone in with support, here you go. Because where else are we having spaces like this that are focused on fibroids, that are not trying to just sell you something? You know what I mean? I've joined so many different things, and they be coming on the webinar, and then you already know what's going to happen on the webinar. They're going to give you some information, and at a certain point in time, they're going to start trying to sell you something. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want it to be a real place where you could be like, I'm so happy joined this. I'm so happy that she's doing this. I'm getting so much value out of this. I'm able to implement XYZ, and it's helped me so much. That's what I want. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to be, I don't, that salesy stuff irritates me. I don't like that at all. Hey, from Jamaica. Yeah, it is a steal. 777 is a steal, sweetheart. It definitely is, because like a lot that you all are going to be getting. Okay, so let's zone in. Daily hormone management. What should we be shooting for? We'll discuss that. Okay. Ooh, juicy. I like it. So let's talk about this, right? I got on jeans, which is so weird for me. I never wear jeans. They're so cute too. Um, so let me get comfortable. Okay, so daily hormone management. Let me just speak on this quick. Yes, period. 777. Ow. Hormones and fibroids are related. if we don't know that by now, I'm sure most of y'all know this at this point. But if you don't know, fibroids is a hormone related condition. Okay. They don't tell us this. They don't. Why they don't tell us this? We could debate for years and days and months. But the truth is, it is a hormonally fueled condition. And so all of the things that we are going through, the symptoms that we are feeling, are hormone motivated. And our hormones as a woman are meant to fluctuate throughout the month. However, in the case of fibroids, what's happening is we've got, yes, things like very heavy periods. We've got estrogen dominating the entire system. Okay. Now, this can happen through several different ways. Most of those ways I do have videos on. Let's talk about some. Stress. Okay. The number one, cortisol dysregulation, and stress are like this linked because cortisol is our stress hormone. Okay. Or one of them. And when we are under chronic stress, what happens is it throws off our sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone and testosterone. Okay. Unfortunately, estrogen is more dominant hormones. It's that hormone that makes us feel very feminine, and it's the one that is responsible for our curves. It's responsible for our glow, our beautiful, our collagen, our elastin, our bone health, our cognitive health, our vibrance, right? That's estrogen. Okay. And unfortunately, if left unchecked, estrogen gonna run the whole show. Okay. She is outgoing. She is lively. She is, get out of my way. I want all the light. I want all the shine. Okay. And we need progesterone to check her. And what happens in this case of fibroids, many times, like for example, with me, I didn't have a problem with low progesterone. I had a problem with regular progesterone, but high estrogen. Okay. But some women have issues with normal estrogen, low progesterone. So any point in time that estrogen is unbalanced or unchecked by progesterone, she's going to start running the show. So bringing that back to the lens of a daily, yes, exactly. Most of us, I have never seen a case of fibroids where a person did not have high estrogen. Fibroids are an estrogenic condition, okay? And we can go on and on about that, but this is the problem. So on a daily, okay, it's very important that we are doing things to optimize our hormone health in a way that helps to balance and check estrogen. Because if we don't, then we are left with the cramps, the heavy bleeding, the pain, the lower back, the hips, the sore nipples, the irritation, the PMS, the snappiness, the rest, you want to eat everything in sight, like all of these things, the breakdowns, the crying spells. This is all due to these two hormones being imbalanced, right? So it's very important that we manage that stress, right? So as I said in the beginning, stress management, really important. I say this all the time, but to feel like people really don't understand how important stress management actually is. Yes, I wouldn't say she's a bully. She's very self-centered. But it's very, very important that we do this stress management, okay? Because stress lives in the body, not in the mind. It lives in the body, not in the mind, okay? If you don't remember nothing else I say today, stress lives in the body, not in the mind. So that means that when you are managing your stress, it starts trickling down and it starts to offset all of these things. The relationship between cortisol and fibroids is so because we never think about, we first of all, forget thinking about, we're never taught about this. And so it's really, really, really important to understand that if you are not actively having some sort of stress management in your daily life, then it's very easy to contributing to the personality of estrogen, right? So that's number one. The second thing that we should be doing is the liver health optimization. Hello. Our liver is our best friend, our best, okay? And it's insane because I feel like I never thought much about my liver until I started having issues with fibroids. And that's kind of crazy, right? It's there and it's filtering, it's responsible for filtering out all of these toxins, excess estrogen that is not being used by the body. And what happens is that if your liver health is not optimized, then and let me just keep going on. If it's not optimized, then your body cannot get rid of excess estrogen, and therefore it can be reabsorbed by your body. And then it's just like a vicious cycle happening over and over and over again. So the liver health optimization efforts can look like, yes, you can be using tea. Would you say that a liver detox should be step one? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because, okay, I'm going to get off track, but I'm going to go back because let me talk about detoxes. I do believe that there is a time and place for detoxes, you guys. It just, when you think about it, giving your reset is a really smart idea. But I'm not going to place that much value on detoxing. Reason why is because you have to understand that your body is built to be balanced. It wants to be balanced. So when you do certain things, you give it what it needs, it's going to automatically start to rebalance it. You don't need a detox for your body to start rebalancing. Drops mic. Okay. So, can a detox be helpful? Sure. However, it can be stressful on your adrenals. It can be stressful for your body because, again, your body wants to be balanced. So, depending on what type of detox you're doing, you could be taking one extreme to another. And that's also not what we need when it comes to hormone health management. I feel like we feel like our efforts be aggressive, and that's not necessarily true, especially in the case of hormone health. It's a delicate dance. Yeah, the symptoms are aggressive. The symptoms are hella aggressive. The pain is aggressive. The fibroids seem aggressive. The signs are aggressive because they're trying to get your attention. At the point that your symptoms are aggressive, it's only matching the body's efforts to say, hey, hello, we have an imbalance. We need help. We need a little help around here, okay? But that doesn't mean that we need to address our body in aggressive manners. That's not how you balance hormones. That's not how you do this. That's why I'm always saying we need grace, we need space, we need calm, we need to bring down. The last thing we need to do is go and crazy super physically demanding workouts like HIIT. I'm sorry, I used to love HIIT when I was younger, but like HIIT or crazy super demanding diets or fasts. Yes, we're not trying to take our body from one point of extreme to another point of extreme to heal. Healing is balance. Balance, y'all. So we don't need to be aggressive. We don't need to just be like, oh, dump everything. throw the whole thing away. No, we don't have to do that. The body wants to be balanced. All we need to do is come center. Hey, Miss V. We just got to come center, y'all. And that takes a delicate, quiet, still process sometimes. We don't have to approach this from such aggressive point of view. And another thing that I would like to say, and I'm going to do an article about this on Substack, is that it's really in the daily habits, the day-to-day things, the small things daily that get us to balance. Okay. So it's a different viewpoint. And that's why I'm always saying, am I always saying this? I'm on this in person anyway, but I feel like I don't get a chance to say this in videos, that we really need to start to give ourselves time to unlearn the things that we've learned about women's health. We also need to give ourselves time to learn our own bodies. And that's the most beautiful process ever, because we could be doing all of these aggressive efforts to balance our hormones, and in that be doing more damage than good. And also, because if you don't know what's serving you best and understanding what your fibroid triggers are, you could be doing yourself a major disservice. That's why it's very important to slow down and give yourself time and space to get to know what your body needs. Yes, Tina. And I know we've been talking about that over in my happy video, or I have a lot lately. Just getting to know your cycle, get to know what you need from phase to phase, because those phases are really important to your fibroid health, to your womb. You know, we're cyclical beings, right? So this means that we're built to go like this. We're not built to go like this. That's men. This is men. The energy of a man is like that of the sun. It rises every day at the same time, set every day at the same time. We are the moon. We have many phases. We are cyclical. We are not this. Okay. So we got to understand what is best for us in each of these cycles. And something that's really crazy that I just started reading about late when I should have been asleep is that our glucose and insulin sensitivity changes through our cycle. Mind blown. We have to start getting to know these cycles. We have to, because that's the only way for us to truly heal. And just imagine growing up in this patriarchy and being taught this 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, blah, blah, blah. And that's not how it works. Like at all, at all, at all. We are not, oh, child, bra showing. We are not linear. We don't function that way. And there's a reason why we are so burnt out and we are so tired and we are so stressed out because we are trying to match a system that isn't built for our body and for our health. Like, what? Not my blood sugar different throughout the month because of the change in my hormones. So I can eat this piece of I don't know, potato, these fries. Let's just use fries. This is a terrible example, but let's just use fries. I could eat these fries during my luteal phase and crash. But then I could eat these same fries during my follicular phase, thrive, because your glucose and your insulin sensitivity change throughout your cycle. Yo, like the woman's body is it's the most intelligent and amazing thing that there ever was. I'm not lying to you. And that's why I need this Substack subscription, because I got to tell y'all, I got to put y'all on. I have to put y'all on. Exactly. And then when the estrogen drops, then your life is like, you be rethinking your life. You be like, what have I done? Like, I've amounted to nothing. And all it is your estrogen. You be thinking the world is over. You be like, oh, my period's coming. Exactly. It's all hormones. So just going back, like I went far over here, but just going back to that daily things that we need to be doing. That liver optimization it's something that if not doing it, you're not doing it. You're not doing this. You're not healing. If you're not thinking about your liver and the health of your liver and helping to optimize your liver health, you ain't doing it right. And I'm not a big fan of doing it right and wrong, but you need to be doing things to help to optimize your liver. Does estrogen come from the liver? No, it does not come from the liver. Some of your estrogen is made by your ovaries, but fat cells also make estrogen. Girl, we could keep going and going. That's why your weight and your body fat percentage is really, really important as well, because fat cells can produce estrogen, but we're not going to go off there. We're going to keep it on the liver. Dandelion tea, very, very important. Very, very important. That's something that I think all of us need to have in our cabinet. You can also do burdock, really great. Milk thistle, really amazing. As far as supplements go, DIM. DIM, I've talked about DIM and I sing the praises of DIM. If you are on My Happy Flow, then DIM is part of her proprietary blend. DIM is diindol methane. Okay, that is something that cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, things of that nature. And what it does is it helps in what's called phase 1 liver detoxification. There are multiple phases. There's 2 phases, and now in the wellness community, somehow they didn't created a 3rd phase. I'm not going there. But there's 2 phases that we need to be concerned about. DIM is very important for phase 1, okay? What's the other one? Calcium. Oh my God. Why am I losing it? Glucarate. Child. Glucarate. Let me make sure I'm right. It's right on my counter. Yeah. Calcium D-glucarate. Boom. Calcium D-glucarate is very important for phase 2 detoxification of the liver. And it helps to bind to It's Is my video choppy? My signal is strong. Yes, I have done personal consults, but what I'm saying is that I will be offering those as part of it's better now. Hear me? Can you hear me now? I will be offering them as part of some of the Substack memberships. It froze for a minute, but I'm good. Okay, because they forced me to get AT&T, and I don't really mess with AT&T like that. I keep delaying and catching back. The crazy thing is when I'm on this live, I can't stop it, because if I stop it, it'll make me create a whole nother thing. Like, it's not like going on live on Instagram. So hopefully it's good. Okay. So, okay, good. As long as it's itself back up, very important. So calcium deglucarate. Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. That's that mucus trying to get me. So calcium deglucarate. It's really important for phase 2 detoxification because it binds to the bad type of estrogen and helps to assist it out. Like, come on, girl, come strong arming it a little bit and assist it out through your bowels, period. Now, something else that I want to bring to attention that I haven't done the most research on, but that was just presented to me from a health coach, our own health coach. Yes, the sauna is. It is. Anything that's going to help you with detoxification is pretty good. The sauna is amazing because your pores are part of your detoxification pathways. So this particular practitioner said, and don't quote me, I'm about to do some more research on this, but it's mind-blowing if it is factual. She said that heavy periods are due to your body trying to detoxify what your liver could not. If that's true, like, but when you think about it, if you do eyes, or if you have been through the process of optimizing your liver, you realize, damn, my period is so much better. I have experienced this first when I prioritize liver detoxification. That heavy period is gone. So it's kind of like, the period is actually a type of detoxification that has been proven. It's now scientifically proven that your period blood has excess toxins and estrogen and hormones and things like heavy metals are detoxifying through the period. So let's help her out instead of blaming her. You know what I mean? All of these signs, as I've said so many times, these are our body's signals trying to tell you, hey, we need help. Certain things need addressing. The fibroids are a symptom, just like the heavy periods are a symptom, a byproduct of you needing to correct an imbalance, etc. So that's like, oh, period. Them bowel movements. This is an article that I am writing for Substack, actually actively open. When you are finding yourself stagnant on this journey, one of the most important things that you can do is to check your bowels. Make sure that you have been having frequent bowel movements, because half the time we find that our bowels are not moving how they should be. Okay. It is very, very closely related to fibroid health, like this, because your bowels obviously are a detoxification pathway. And if you are not having good, regular, not just regular for you, because I was a constipated girly. I noticed that a lot of fibroid girlies are constipated girlies. Okay. So that's our new norm. And so then if we go once more than we're used to going, that's good for us, not regular. Okay. We need to, that's why gut health is another thing. All of this is connected. All of this is connected, right? So it's very important that we are having regular bowel movements, because that can be stagnating our progress. And at that moment where you're like, damn, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing the other, that's one really easy way for you to check and see where you can optimize what's going on, right? Very, very, very important. Fiber, so important. In my school of thought, yes, twice a day is beautiful, but if you're eating 3 times a day, you need to be going. Yes, sweating is a huge thing that I don't think that we talk about almost ever when it comes to detoxification. Girl, it sounds like I need to open up this calendar because the people want the consults. Yes, sweating is really, really, really good and important. And at one point in time of my life, actually of my life, now that I look back, I didn't sweat. I almost never sweated, y'all. When I was younger, that is a hormonal dysfunction. There's a problem there if you're not sweating. Like that's an indicator that your endocrine system needs a little assistance. Yeah. And so you shouldn't be sweating profusely. That's another indicator. But you should be sweating. And the sauna is something that is really good for that. It's really, really, really good for that. So I'm so glad that you brought that up. To not have a cycle. So I'm sorry, I'm reading this. My doctor had me on a medication to supposedly shrink my fibroids, but caused me to not have a cycle. So about a month ago, I decided to get off it. Currently on my cycle now. Thank God. Medication is not, I wouldn't personally take it. It's not great because it puts you in somewhat of a temporary menopausal state. That's not how we correct the imbalance. See, the allopathic medicine, which is what we are used to, is surgery and pills. That doesn't balance anything. That doesn't heal anything, you guys. That throws your body to a state of another extreme. That's not, healing part is about balance. We're seeking balance. We should always be seeking our center. We should always be seeking balance. And anything that they suggest that is going to put you to one extreme or the other is not about healing. Healing is about working with your body to create balance, right? That's really, really, and yes, side effects galore. It's actually really unhealthy for your bone health. So make sure that you start taking a special interest in your calcium. Vitamin K2 also real important. Vitamin D3 real important, because that medication is really bad for your bone health. Um, and you may not see it now, but your bone density and your bone health is something that when we get older, those ladies always having issues with their bones. They got osteoporosis, all types of different things. This is coming from hormone health dysfunction in their life. So the thing is that, and I was thinking this thought this morning, because I'm always thinking about you guys and always thinking about like different videos to do and different content to put out. But I was thinking about the fact we cannot start to address our symptoms when we have the symptom. If you know that you are prone to certain types of symptoms, you have to start addressing it early in your cycle. Do not wait till your period comes to address your cramps and your heavy period, etc. Healing is a cyclical thing for women, all right? We have to start earlier. You got to start earlier in the cycle. Wait, because the things that you are doing not this week, but the things that you've done, let's say 3 weeks ago, for sure gonna start affecting you once that period drops. That's the report card. The period's the report card. It's gonna let you know whether what you were doing was good or bad for your hormone health. Hold on, I'm reading. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna put y'all on pause because now my nose feels runny. I need to go address this real quick. Real quick. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me put this back on. What was y'all in here talking about? Fembray. That's the one. Yep, that's a medication. That never take that medication if you can avoid it. For real, because it works by suppressing your cycle, and it works by suppressing your estrogen. And so here's a problem with that also. Of it, then what's gonna happen? You know what I mean? If you don't correct an imbalance, then what's gonna happen when you come off? You can't stay on there forever. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Chinese medicine is really good. I think any ancient medicine is good. Ayurveda, Chinese medicine, herbalism, any of those things are amazing. Yeah, acupuncture is also great. It helps to do a million other things, but it also helps with cortisol. Yeah. There are different things in Chinese medicine, but what did you use? I can show you some of the things that I've used, but peony, I think peony is one of the things that Chinese medicine uses a lot. There is also jujube, jujube dates. Those are also great. That's also part of Chinese medicine as well. Um, Soursop. Oh yeah, soursop's amazing. The leaves. Hmm. That's yes. That I have to go grab the supplement right now. Hold on. Let me grab it. Sorry, y'all. I'm in here choking. All right. Here we go. This is one of the things that I use from Chinese medicine, but I can't say that it reduced my fibroids um, all the way. Child, I got everything. I've tried everything. I've tried everything. I will say that this did help with my symptoms as far as my heavy periods and stuff. Um, my happy flow helped the most with that, but sometimes I feel like I wanna I want to try to make the most uh, normal period that I can get. Then I've tried everything, y'all. I've tried everything, but this is I'm gonna try to pronounce this. What's in this? Oh yeah, peonies in here, peony bark, peony root without the bark, peach seeds. I can't see what else is in here because I've got a um, thing over it. Yes, I would definitely recommend finding a Chinese medicine doctor as well. As far as eggs go, eggs are if you eat meat, eggs are one of the most amazing things that you can eat for your health and your hormone health. There's a lot of people talking about eggs right now, and I don't really understand. where it's coming from. But if your eggs are, you know, health raised well, like pasture raised and organic and things of that nature, you don't really have much to worry about. Eggs have so much good stuff in there, including vitamin D, that our body needs, especially the protein. Here's another thing that has been really heavily on my mind lately is our lack of protein as women. We're not getting enough protein, and protein is really super essential for our hormone health. Thank you so much for coming. I'm glad you could make it here too. I guess that they, you know what, on the subject of eggs, you know, y'all don't start me on the subject of meat. Perhaps it's the source. The source. You have to always consider the source. There's bad and good in every diet. What is the source of the eggs? What is the source of the meat? What is the source of the vegetables? You know what I mean? Yeah, we have to really, really be more conscious of that. And a lot of people talk so badly about meat and about eggs and about all this. If it weren't for that, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't even be able to tell you anything about shrinking, nothing, and hormone, nothing. Going back to meat and eating eggs and all of that helped to heal my body. So that's my, my experience. And I think this is the experience of many, many other women. So you just got to really figure out what your body is asking for, y'all, because meat's not the villain here. It's the processing, it's the source of the food in general, all of the food, whether you are vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, whatever, all of it, all of it. You got to think about the source. Yes. Oh, that's amazing. I wish that I had a neighbor that had eggs. Child, I tried to go to the farmers market yesterday, and it wasn't even they built it until next Saturday, and I was really upset. I'm going to be trying to do a lot more super localized grocery shopping. Can you speak a little bit about, hold on, my chat going, tips for heavy bleeding. Well, tips for heavy bleeding, were you here during the last 30, 45 minutes of conversation that we had? Because if so, really focus on your liver health optimization. You need to focus on detoxification, really, really important, okay? And your liver health. You probably need to be adding more green leafy veg, more cruciferous vegetables to your diet. You need to gut health and making sure that your bowels are moving and reducing inflammation in your body. And this is something that you want to start at the beginning of your cycle, okay? So that when that next run comes around, it can tell you whether these efforts were worth it. Okay. That's how you tell with anything, any of these supplements, food, whatever it is that you're using. When that period around, she gonna tell you all the tea. Okay, so can you speak a little on being dairy free? I said earlier I want to try, but it will be hard because I love cheese. Yes. Okay. So this reminds me of how I used to feel about coffee. At some point in time, do I have a coupon code for My Happy Flow? Oh, I'll drop it for you in the chat. Um, But this is like me and coffee. And I say that because at some point in time on your journey, you have to realize where what you are doing is holding your progress back. That broke my habit real quick because you realize that what you're consuming has a lot to do with how you feel. Is it worth continuing to consume or not? You know what I mean? Like, how locked in are you to this journey? Are you really ready to help optimize your health? Are you really ready to fix your cycles? Because if so, you're going to stop doing whatever is putting you in this position. I'm not going to say it's easy. No, not easy. Not easy. But you have to realize that we got to do everything we can in our daily life to mitigate the symptoms and the inflammation, which there we go, dairy contributes to, right? So I'm not saying that to jump on you. I'm just saying that you can have a come to Jesus, have a come to Jesus with yourself and get real. Am I ready to heal? Because if you're not ready, then you're not going to be able to sustain. You got to be ready, girl. So I just pinned the My Happy Flow for you, babe. Going dairy free was easy for me because I've been lactose intolerant my entire life. So I can't really speak from the point of many others, but I can say that I love cheese. I'm a lover of cheese. It's like, what is life without cheese? Like, what kind of life are you living without cheese? And to be honest with you, I don't really miss it anymore. And there was a point that was made in one of my other conversations that I was having the other day. And this young lady said that your body craves what you give it most. When you stop giving your body that, your body will start to crave the things that you are giving it. This is just a habit. This is most of mind, right? So once you stop consuming something, at least for like 30 days, it makes it so much easier for you to go without it. And once you start to create, habits around that, it'll be much easier. I can also say that every now and then, I do like feta, not gonna lie. I do like goat's milk cheese, not gonna lie. But considering the source, it has to be good quality. It has to be from organic, pasture roaming cows. The source is really important. Traditional dairy is traditional dairy as we have it right now should not even be a part of your life. It shouldn't even have a place in your life at all. So, you might want to think about that as well. So if you are going to add it at some point in time, them cows need to be grass fed. Okay, that needs to be organic. That situation needs to be organic, and moderation is also really important as well. Because I don't believe in super crazy restrictive diets and things of that nature, but you can eat things in moderation. Just use your your discernment. Don't go overboard. Don't eat a slice of yellow cheese. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of grass-fed dairy cheeses. You have to go to places that sell artisan type cheeses and places that support local farmers. So maybe you might need to find a farmer's market or something like that, but you'll find them. You'll find them. There's a lot of them out there. Yeah, sugar and carb. Okay, so here's the deal. When your body is fluctuating like that and you're craving sugar and carbs, first of all, you need to check your magnesium. You probably need to be having a magnesium supplement. Really, really important. And you need to be giving your body complex carbs, okay? Because as I said earlier on in this live, your blood sugar and insulin sensitivity start to get more, you start to become more insulin resistant by nature closer to your period. So in your luteal phase, which is generally when you start craving things like that, which is your premenstrual phase, the phase right before your period and on your period, you need to be eating carbohydrates. Think sweet potatoes, think quinoa. You know what I mean? That's really important. Really, really important. Cutting carbs is not necessarily, I can't tell you what to do for your health, right? But carbs, we need them. As women, we need carbohydrates. It's really important for your hormone health. So I'm not behind the cutting of the carbs. I'm behind implementing complex carbs and cycle syncing your diet so that you are optimizing each phase of your cycle, right? In that luteal phase, you need complex carbs. And any other phase, like say for your follicular or your ovulatory phase, your body processes carbohydrates so much better. But in the luteal and menstrual phase, we do not process carbs well. So getting to know your cycle will absolutely, I swear to you, it will absolutely be the key to your health. Have I used serapeptase? Yes, I have shared that I went through 3 or 4 bottles of serapeptase. And did it shrink my fibroids? No. Did it reduce inflammation? Maybe. But shrink my fibroids. We got 20 minutes left, y'all. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not saying that you don't have to eat potatoes, babe. Eat potatoes, but cycle sync. A good brand of honey. I'm going to tell you something. This is a great question. I don't like to go with whatever brands. I don't like the brands because you should be eating local honey, raw local honey. Find a store. Usually you can find them at your grocery stores. Look for raw local honey that is raised and that's raised. Honey ain't raised, child. You know what I mean? That's produced in your area. Blah blah blah. Is gluten bad for fibroids? Gluten bad for health. Yeah, gluten causes inflammation, whether you have celiac disease or not. Gluten is not great for your digestive tract or for your endocrine system. It is inflammation causing. Yeah. And because fibroids are an inflammatory condition, anything that causes inflammation, like dairy, or might be a good idea to get rid of. How do you stay? Okay, I've been trying to get more steps in every day. Wait, child. I've been trying to get the check and I'm trying to read. I've been trying to get in more steps, 6,000 to 8,000 a day. How do you stay motivated every day? Sometimes I'm so exhausted. Of course, not every day is going to be a good day. Oh, thank you so much. You bought the My Happy Flow. Period. I hope it changes your life. I hope it changes, girl. Um, So I'm reading comments, but I need to go back to this young lady's comment. How do you stay motivated? I stay motivated because I know that if I don't, I'm going to backslide. That motivates me a lot. You know, now that I'm on the, what I like to call the other side here, I feel like the things that we do every day are cumulative. And yes, of course, give yourself time to rest when you need it. What we've been really saying here all day are cyclical beings, and we're not always going to have that go and that motivation. And in fact, it's been really, really helpful for me to start cycle syncing my fitness, um, honoring where I am in my cycle. My most active, my strongest phases are my follicular and my ovulatory phase. Even though I do work out during my period, I try to take it easy. Um, so doing walks in the park instead of doing weights, or doing resistance instead of doing weights, or doing the treadmill on incline instead of doing, heavier lifting or more physically demanding things has been very helpful as well. But what I notice is when you get into a really good rhythm with your routine, which I hope all of you have a routine by now, especially an AM and a PM routine. When you get into a good flow with your routine, your body will crave it. When I don't go and do something physical, walking or working out, my body, first of all, I feel guilty, but my body craves it. It craves it. And so that has, once you start to get into that flow, it really does help you. So I hope that that was helpful. But every day you're not going to be motivated. Girl, the beginning of this week, I started my period. I was like, everybody leave me alone. I don't want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want to put on my Rael period panties and just sit on the couch with my laptop. Don't nobody talk to me. Nobody call me. So it's not going to be that you're always going to be in a physical mood. And that's actually abnormal for women. So I'd say roll with your body. Roll with your body, babe. Do you plan to have kids? Who? Um, the question is that question for me or was that for somebody else in this chat? My platform should be way bigger, but you know why it's not bigger? Because YouTube suppresses this information. That's why I'm moving to Substack, not moving to Substack, but expanding to Substack. Yeah, I should. To be honest with you, I think that when you look at some of the other YouTube videos on here that are far less useful, and they have like millions of subscribers and they're just dropping eggs off the top of a building, you wonder like why information like this is not bigger. And it's political. It's political. Why would they do that? Because this is America. This is America. Okay, so the question was for me. The question is really, where's the man? Where the man at? I think that if I'm being honest with you, I've been very open on some of my lives, and I helped to raise my little sister, you guys. So me and my little sister are 11 years apart, and I played a parental figure in my little sister's life since the age of 18. Yeah, since the age of 18. And even since before then, when she was born, child. So I have seen what it takes I have been responsible for a child. I have housed a child, fed a child. raised a child. And if I don't find that man that me feel safe and secure in a way that it makes me feel like I want to make a person with you, mm-mm, no. Because the truth is that I've seen what can happen when men go rogue. I think we all have. And I love kids. I love them. And I think they deserve the most and their second parent. And so if I don't find a man that is in it to win it, makes me feel so safe and secure, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I love children. I love them. And I've had actually, which I'm going to speak about on Substack, it's actually really highly personal for me. I've had a experience with pregnancy and fibroids that I'm not ready to talk about here, but it was very traumatizing. And if that person is not like this with me, getting through that high risk pregnancy, which is what it will be at this point in time, because I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm 39. I'm 39 years old, okay? And on top of that, our fibroids tend to grow when we get pregnant because of the hormones. So we're high risk. And if I don't have a partner that is like solid to go through that with me, no, ma'am, I won't be doing it. Yeah, I do need a manly man, child. Okay, so wait, I was just reading a comment. She says she's been following me since 2019. Oh, wait. Thank you so very much. I've followed you since 2019. I went for audition. Then last year, December, they told me they grew their back. Okay. I am so sorry to hear that. We have passed in that. Y'all know that I had surgery in 2019 to remove eight fibroids. And they came back within 2 years. I need to drop something in here. I need to just, because a lot of people feel like I'm anti-surgery, and I'm so not anti-surgery. I had surgery. Who the hell am I to tell somebody not to have surgery? Truth is that, hold on. Yeah, I don't even need to look at it. I know. By year 3, post myomectomy, your chance of recurrent fibroids is 43%. 43% by year 3 after your myomectomy. That is the current stats for regrowth of fibroids after surgery. So I just need for you guys to be aware that when I'm talking about this, no, and it grows from 43% to 50-ish% within the 5-year range, and almost 80% or somewhere around 80% within the 7 to 8 range. So they're coming back. They're coming back is what they're saying. That's why I'm so hardcore for this information, you guys, because I need you guys to understand that surgery is there, but you must correct the imbalance. Fibroids are a symptom. And if you go in and remove the symptom, which is the red flag saying something's wrong with me, you're not correcting what happened. You're not correcting the reason why they got there in the first place. You're just removing the symptom through a major surgery. So it's really, really important, you guys, that we address our health and our wellness and our hormone health, regardless of whether you are having surgery. Surgery is not I feel like people think, oh, if I have surgery, then I don't have to go on a natural health journey. No, they need to be done together. If you decide to have surgery, you very well better have a plan. You gotta plan. You gotta have a plan. And I think it's an amazing thing to be able to use your surgery as a blank slate, as an opportunity for you to start over. But you can't start over on the right foot if you don't correct the imbalances. If you don't get to know your body, if you don't get to know your hormones, you know what I mean? So I'm not anti-surgery by any means. I just think there are different ways because you're going to have to address your hormone health one way or the other, and God forbid. I talked to some ladies on here who have had multiple surgeries. There was a lady I talked to last week. I think she had 4 myomectomies. What doctor would keep performing myomectomies without saying there are some things in your health that you need to address? The medical system boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. I don't understand. Highly recommend the book Medical Bondage. Ooh, it is about very dark history of gynecology. Every woman needs to know about it. Hold on, let me screenshot this because I'm all about the not inclined self. Okay, I got it. That's another thing that I'm starting over there on my Substack as well, is my the books that I think that are really, really helpful. Ooh, yes, this looks a good book. Okay. Yes, and we do need to talk about this book talks about race and gender bias too. Period. I'm getting it. Say less. Yeah, okay, so this is what we need to understand is that in allopathic medicine, traditional medicine, they don't get paid unless they prescribe something or unless you have a surgery, okay? They do get paid, but they don't really get paid, okay? Unless those are the things that are making the most money. So it's scary out here. And that's why I feel like that we need to have this revolution, this return to natural medicine, this feminine revolution that will free us in our minds to learn how our bodies work. Because there's no way on earth that we are walking around with this intelligent thing and have no idea how it works. And it was designed that way. Don't even teach the doctors. The doctors have no training in hormone health. What the, like, come on. The doctors don't have training. How your doctor, your gynecologist training in menopause and perimenopause? They don't want them to because they make money off you having babies. They make money off of you being on that medical table doing something. You got to be doing something. You got to be having a surgery, having a baby, doing some type of thing in order for them to really be getting paid. So that's why if you have an OB that seems to not be involved in your hormone health, unless you say you want to have kids, unless the goal is having kids, they don't seem to be behind our at all. And that's a problem. And I can go on and on about that. That's a problem. I'm unplugging my mic, y'all, so my sound might get weird. I need you to tell me if you can hear me. Can y'all still hear me? Because I just unplugged my mic. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, good. I had to plug my phone in, y'all. My phone is dying because we supposed to be getting off of here at 1 o'clock. But let's sum it up. Yeah, the medical system is really scary and rough. And that's why I go so hard for y'all. because we need to know and understand our body, and we need to know and understand our womb and what it needs. Our womb health is our health. Our hormone health is our health. There is no separation. There's no separation. Yeah, they can't even give appropriate care. The system is not built for it. Sickening. So thank you for dropping that book in here. Let's see, we got time for one more question. One more question, and I'm gonna get out of here because y'all know I could talk to y'all all day. I love y'all. Some of these stories are crazy. I just did a video about medical gaslighting. I can download it. Oh, period. All right. I just did that about medical gaslighting, and it's being suppressed. Like, come on. You know, I know that some things that I put out are a little like, you know, like my video hysterectomies, that one struck a chord. YouTube did not like that. YouTube doesn't like my video about myomectomies. It did, and it certainly did not like my video about medical gaslighting and how to advocate for yourself. And that's infuriating. It's infuriating to put so much work into a video and see it being suppressed. What type of, ooh, this is, hold on. There's a question. Hello from Costa Rica. Hey, I love Costa Rica. I was in Quepos and Manuel Antonio the last time I was there. Okay, I have been struggling with fibroids. They are all over my uterus. What type of birth control do you recommend? Whoa. You mean as in medication birth control? I don't recommend. In fact, if you are suffering fibroids, I recommend that if you're gonna use birth control, are we talking about all methods of birth control, condoms, spermicide, you know, but like birth control in your body, I recommend. If you do anything, maybe a copper IUD, but if you have heavy periods, that might be a problem. I do not recommend birth control, because if you are trying to heal your body and heal your hormones, the influence of synthetic hormones is not only counterproductive for your hormone health healing, but it also will not show you the true picture of your hormone health, because they are synthetic. They're synthetic hormones. You won't be able to see if what you're doing is helping you or not. And depending on which birth control, it can exacerbate your symptoms. Birth control not only can exacerbate your fibroid symptoms, but it also robs you of essential nutrients and minerals, vitamins B6, B12, all the B vitamins, first of all, calcium. Like, it's just not, it's not great, babe. It's not great. And this is coming from a person that I do not have time to get pregnant. If I do not have time to get pregnant was a person, it would have been me. It would have been, as I just shared with you, I was already raising a person, okay? So I'm not judging, but if you're trying to heal your body, birth control is only gonna hold you back. You can't be actively trying to heal your hormones on synthetic hormones. It don't work. You gotta choose one or the other. That's the only part. I'm sorry. And then
Should I hire a health coach if I live in a mold-infested environment with smoke, with a smoker? Wouldn't my environment affect my test results? Yeah, absolutely. So you got to remember that your environmental factors are also a factor in your hormone health, especially. Mold is one of those things that is highly toxic. Highly toxic. And would it skew your results? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, should you stop your healing efforts if you can't immediately move out? No. What you need to do is, you would be a great, your situation rather would be a great place for a detox, right? If you're dealing with extreme external factors like that, your respiratory health is at risk, babe. Your respiratory health is at risk. Do everything that you can to move out of that situation, but don't stop your heals. No. All right, I said one question, but hold on. One advice for people with huge fibroids: wait and watch or give in to surgery. How do we decide? Number one, I don't think you have to choose. Wait and watch is not an option. I don't care what size your fibroids are. Wait and watch, you don't do that. You don't do that. I don't care what, listen to me. I don't care what size your fibroids are. Do not wait and watch, because they're going to grow. They're going to grow. You need to be actively participating in your healing, regardless of whether you are going to have surgery or not. Just because your fibroids are big does not mean they cannot shrink. Will it take time? Yes, but we also don't know. You got to take time to understand what your fibroid triggers are. There are things that you can do to mitigate their growth. You can stabilize them in the least. You can stabilize them. But as far as surgeries, just like I said, regardless of what size fibroids are, you got to do both. You have to have a plan. You can't just have surgery and not address your hormonal imbalances and your deficiencies. You have to do both. In my school of thought, I prefer to give yourself time to correct your imbalances through natural ways, natural routes, homeopathy, nutrition, working out, all of the things, optimizing liver health, optimizing bowel movements, gut health, stress management, all of that stuff. Give yourself time and work with your doctor. Say, hey, I'm going to take 90 days to work on this. Let me see where I can get, and then we can schedule this surgery. In that meantime, you can find out a lot about your body. You can find out a lot about your triggers, a lot about your health, a lot what's causing your fibroids to thrive. You might need to be omitting certain things out of your diet, inflammatory things out of your diet, gluten, dairy, I don't know, all types of stuff that can be contributing to your fibroid growth. Insulin resistance, blood sugar management, all of these things are so important. And then schedule the surgery, in my opinion. However, if they are life-threatening, because you sometimes have to ask these doctors, is this posing a threat to my life? Do I need to get them out now? They might still lie to you, but they may be trying to lie to you. If they say no, if it's not pressing on something, if it's not impeding your bowels, impeding your urine, if it's not pressing on a nerve or something like that, then please give yourself every effort to correct your imbalances through nature and correcting your lifestyle and your diet, then the surgery. And that way, when you have the surgery, if you have to have it at that point, then you will know exactly what your body needs so that they don't grow back. Can you still eat eggs? We kind of covered this earlier. Do you have to stop eating red meat and chicken? You must be new here. Welcome. I'm on paleo. I have been eating red meat. I've been eating eggs and all of the things for the past 2.5 years. And that diet has helped me heal my body. Am I saying that that is the route for everyone? No, I got some girls who are vegans. You're welcome, Vivacious. You're very welcome. But I have known plenty of women who have switched from vegan diet to a paleo diet and made strides in their health, not just me. So you got to figure out what your dietary fibroid triggers are and eliminate those things out of diet. In my opinion, any diet that is inherently anti-inflammatory is the best way to go. All right. I feel like there was one more question and then I'm out. And then I'm out. Leave y'all. I love it here. So meat and eggs, can we have juice instead of eating fruit? A well-rounded diet is important, but what kind of fruit? Try not to eat high glycemic fruits. Pair the fruit with some fiber, pair the fruit with some fat, and then we could talk. So yeah, absolutely you can. Green juices are better. Okay, so how do we know when to pivot and try something new? This is my last question, y'all. When you're seeing progress. Immediately. Because this journey is gonna call for a lot of pivots. Your body is ever changing. And so, you know, there's two nuances to this. There's multiple nuances, truly, but there's two things to this. Your body's ever changing, right? The things, your needs be changing throughout this journey. The things that I've changed since I've started this journey, I can't even tell you. However, there are things that I haven't changed, like my diet has remained the same. However, have I implemented other things into my diet? Absolutely. But knowing when to pivot is really important. And maybe I need to make a video about this because it happens all the time. It happens all the time. When you know your body, your body's needs, and getting to know what your body is asking you for, you will have to pivot. At the moment that you keep hitting that same wall and you're not having progress, you need to pivot. You need to go back and look at what has not been working, is working. Is there something new? Is there something new mentally? Is there something new environmentally? Is there something changing in my bowel habits? Is there something new happening with my stress? Did I implement a new food? Did I implement a new supplement? Am I drinking less water? You know, that's why I'm saying that it's very important for you all to be tracking things. Write it down. Have a little structure. So when it's time to pivot, it's not as difficult to pivot. Another thing is you'll know when it's time to fit because your period will not be improving. Your period gonna tell you everything. Your period is gonna say, hey, that stuff you were doing last month, that doesn't work for me. That's when, okay? So I'm gonna sum it up right there. I'm gonna stop it right there because I will keep going, and I was supposed to be done with this at 1 o'clock. I don't want to take y'all day. And I need to eat because y'all know I eat every 2-3 hours, so gotta keep that blood sugar up. Okay. I have had the best time with y'all. I love you. Thank you so much for giving me your time, your attention, your questions, your engagement. Oh my God. Thank you, babe. And thank you so much to my Happy Flow family who joined this live. I know y'all not used to my YouTube presence, but I bring it here. I love you guys. And I'm bringing y'all everything I got every time I come, or I'm not going to come. okay? So please look out for my Substack announcement. Thank you so much, Tina. That is so sweet. Thank you. Um, if you're not subscribed by now, we don't need to have that conversation, but it's like, you're asking me why this platform ain't bigger, but you be watching and you ain't subscribed. That's, come on, okay? um Watch my videos. Watch my videos if you are new here and you haven't watched those. There's so much information in my videos. um Go over and watch. Drop me a comment. I'm in my comments daily, 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 daily. I'm not one of those. If you leave me a comment, I will do my best to respond. And look out for the Substack, y'all. Thank you so very much for joining me. And this live will be saved. So if you joined late and you didn't get a chance, a lot of the things that we talked about, or you didn't get a chance to see the things that we discussed, please watch the live over. I do have the chat replay function as well. So anything that we in the chat, links or books or whatever, the chat replay will be a part of the live. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Please enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you in another. Bye bye. Thank you. You are so very welcome. You are so very welcome.